What's up, guys? It's Weather Beats here, Leather Sheets, whatever you think my name is. So what's up? Today I got something pretty cool for you guys. I'm gonna show you the FL Studio project template file that I use for every single song. It's gonna make your mixes way better. It's gonna clean them up a lot. It's gonna make sure you're not clipping. It's gonna make sure that you already have some gain staging going into your project without really having to do anything. So yeah, let's get right into it. First of all, to download the template, if you go in the description to the video, there's going to be a link for that, and I'll show you how to download it and how to put it in FL Studio, basically start to finish. So once you have that link open, once you go down, go to the description, click on FL Studio Weather Beats template link. It'll bring you to this download page right here. Just hit download, and once you do, it'll already download right then. I have my SoundCloud linked in there. Feel free to visit that, give it a follow. That would be really sweet. And also give me a follow on YouTube. Just started making these videos. Let me know what you think about them, if they're helping you. Hit the notifications, all that good stuff. So once you got the file downloaded, Windows, you can go to show in folder. Not 100% sure about Mac for this one, so sorry for you Apple heads out there. But now that we have our template pulled up right here, we're gonna open another file explorer. So I'm not gonna do that, but that's all you have to do, and now it's in there. So if you already have FL Studio open at this point, I would close it out and reopen it. And let's see here. And once you have it reopened, so it's just like whatever your default template is right now, you can go to File, New from Template, Advanced, and look at that, it's not in there. Haha. Probably because I need to do that. Alright, sorry, just one second here. So yeah, this is gonna help your mixes a ton though, man. Like, it starts you out, you already have a lot of drums set up in there, and a lot of your EQing is already done for you, some compression's already done for you. There's some really cool stuff going on. Okay, yeah, so I had to reopen it too. So now you'll see Weather Beats template down here. Click that. You're gonna have to give it a second. So basically, this is actually a template that's made by some of the designers in FL Studio, and I just went through and tweaked it a little bit, kept some of the settings they had, took some of them off, changed a couple things. So when it opens, you just click that screen to close that out, and yeah, it's right there. So let me kind of show you what's going on and try to break this down a little bit. So you have 3 panels, right? You have one panel right here. You have another set of panels right here. So see, if I go to the right, I have a bunch of mixer channels in here. This is the mastering panel, this first panel right here. So you have your master channel that everything's being routed to. Your mid side channel, you have a channel for just your mids, and then your channel for your sides. So just the mids is everything's in mono in this channel. The sides is going to be your left and right stereo fields, and then these two are being put together into your mid side. So this is just your pre-master, like your main pre-master. You call it mid side, I would just call it pre-master. And that's being your mids right here are being routed to pre-master mid side and your sides, so that makes it mid side together. And then that goes into your master channel. So I will let you know really quick on this master channel, I do have a limiter set up here, and that's set to -3 dB with a brick wall limiter being put on it. So when you're mixing, this is just making sure you're not going over -3 dB in your mix. You can put that lower to -6 if you want to. It might help out a little bit. That's just dependent on your preferences. Alright, cool. So this is all your pre-master and master racks right here. And then over here we have all your mixing channels. So when you're making a song, whenever you have a kick, you're gonna throw it in either channel 4 or channel 5. Channel 4 is actually set up to be a little bit heavier of a kick. I kind of keep it separate because I want to use that one for drops. Any part of the song that has basically a whole lot of energy. Any of the chiller sections of the song, I'll put a kick in mixer channel 5, and it's pretty close to the same thing. It's just the volume's decreased a tiny bit, and there's a tiny bit less compression on it. So cool. And then let's see, we have snare 1, which once again, this is going to be like your heavier snares for your drop or the more energetic parts of your song. It's got a sausage fattener with some compression as well as saturation knob. And like I said in my other video, saturation knob right here, completely free from SoftTube. Go download it. It's amazing for drums, for kicks, for snares, for bass sounds a little bit sometimes, but it's all around just a fantastic plugin. I highly recommend that. I'll put that link in the description too. So add snares. This is just for your chiller snares. I don't really have any mixing up here. I wanted to leave that open for you guys, so you can kind of determine what you want to do with that. We got hi-hats channel going through mixer channel number 8, and that's got a little bit of compression, some EQ, and some saturation as well to brighten those hats up a little bit and give them some more harmonic density. We got cymbals, perks, sub 1, bass 1. So this is just whenever you make a sub, you can throw it into mixer channel 11. And the rest of these are all just mixer channels. You don't have to put everything into these if you don't want to. But I would highly recommend doing it for the kicks and the drums and, you know, all that good stuff. Last thing I'm going to say is, see how these are all being routed? So if I click kick 1 right here, and if you follow where it's being routed over into the kick mix, which is then being routed into the sidechain channel and into the drum mix. So basically everything is going from this mixer section into one of these mix buses, and then from a mix bus on this side of our mixer board into our pre-master. Alright, so that's going to give you more control too. So when you have like this drum mix right here, this is basically going to be all your drums being put into that. So if you want to put like a glue compressor on this drum mix to kind of bring everything together, then you can do that. Or you can go out and separately EQ or add effects to the individual drums themselves. Another really important thing about this template right here is we have a side chain already going. So anytime you make a bass with this, let me just give you an example really quick. Alright, so say you want to make a bass. Let's just take one that I've already made, because why not? Alright, so anytime you add a bass, whoops, that's alright, it doesn't matter. It's just for the tutorial. So say you add a bass right here, right? Alright, cool, here's your bass. And then once you have your bass, you know, we want to put it into a mixer channel because everything needs to go into a mixer channel with this template. I mean, it doesn't have to, but if you're using the template correctly and the way it's designed, then you should. So in this event, we could either put this bass into sub bass 1 if we wanted to, or we could click it, hit Control L, and put it into its own mixer channel. Let's experiment with both of those. So if you wanted to just put it into the sub 1 channel that's already there, you would go to put it to mixer track 11, so that's where it's going through now. And you can see it's going through right there, right? Okay. And then that's being routed into your sub mix as well. Cool. So like I said, the side chain's already done on most of this. So if I went and added a kick too, let's see here. Let's add a kick. Let's do. Alright, so in this template, I already have this main kick set into channel 4, which you would do right here if it wasn't. Channel 4 is kick 1, right? So we got our kick in channel 4, which is kick 1, and our sub bass in channel 11. And the side chain's already affected here, and let me show you how. So like I said, that sub bass in channel 11 is going directly into the sub mix right here, which has the side chain in this limiter. So let's look at it when we play it. See that? Side chain's already happening. You could even pull the threshold down and make it a little more extreme if you wanted to. So bam, your side chain's already done every time you make a song, basically, and you don't have to sit there and go through all the steps unless you just want to and you're still in that learning process. So the other thing I want to show you is if you are to put a bass, so let's take our same bass sound we made, right? Say you didn't want to, for whatever reason, you didn't want to put it in mixer channel sub 1, right? You wanted it, I don't know, for whatever reason, say this is your second bass, you already have one in sub 1, and you want to run different effects through this bass. So you could grab it, hit Control L, that'll put it in our next free mixer channel. And something very important here is you want to take it off. Right now it's being routed to instruments, okay? That's not what we want. We want it to be routed to our sub mix. So once you route it to sub mix, to make sure that compression is still being applied, whatever bass it is, route it to sub mix, go to your limiter right here, which is where your side chain is taking place, and you have to right click side chain, and always make sure this is on side chain. When you route another mixer channel to the sub mix, it's going to automatically change it to whatever you just routed it to, but you don't want that because we want that information coming through our side chain channel. So always make sure that if you right click side chain on mixer channel 125, that it's got side chain selected. See, so now we're getting the same thing. Okay, so don't get confused there, just make sure you stick with that. The next thing I want to say about this is anytime you're adding an effect into here, so say you're making a song and you want to add this downlifter in there, right? Alright, cool. Wow, it's super loud. Alright. Another thing about this is a lot of the mixer channels are set to a lower volume, so when you just click something or drop it in without putting it into a mixer channel, it's going to be very loud. So say we just added that effect, then we would go to it, throw it in a mixer channel, like I said, always. And there's two things you could do here. You could throw it in a mixer channel, take it off instrument because it's not an instrument, it's an effect, so we throw it into effects mix, right? Okay, yeah, so now it's way more tame. And the reason why the volume decreased so much is because A, I have the volume turned off from 100 right here, B, it's turned off from 100 right here, and then this FX mix is being routed into pre-master side and mid side, and both those volumes are turned down. So that's why it's way quieter once we put it into the mixer. But it's very important to just keep all these things into mixers. Alright, cool. So got that. Let's see, the next thing I want to talk about is something that's really cool when you first open your project. So I have FPCs set up. When you download this file, it's going to say none of these are in your library because they're probably not, unless you just have downloaded them already. If you were to make this from scratch, you could leave it routed to channel 4 with all your kicks, and then go down here and go to presets and empty. Now once you get empty, you want to go and put whatever kicks you want in there. And the beautiful thing about this is you can drop whatever kicks you know, are best for you, that you like the best, and make sure you add a bunch up there, because this is gonna be here every time you open a new project. You don't necessarily want to be using the same kick for every single song. I mean, I do that a lot, to be honest with you. I use a lot of the same ones, but I don't always do that, and I try to switch it up as much as I can. But sometimes some kicks, you know, you just find that kick and it just sounds juicy and fat and nice, and you like it. So anyway, and also another important part with this is you can go into bank B and add even more kicks. So you can fill this thing up with 32 kicks. And that way, every time you open a project file, you got 32 of your favorite kicks already loaded in. This channel already routed, already has the effects put in. It's really just speeds up the process so much. And I also have another one going through number 5, and the reason why I have 2 different FPCs with kicks is because, remember, this kick right here is going into mixer channel 4, and mixer channel 4 is where we have our heavier kicks that are highly compressed and have a lot of post-processing going on. Our second kicks are the ones that's kind of more chill, a little less compression, a little less processing. So we want to make sure we have a lot of options to choose from in that as well. So yeah, that's that'll make things a lot faster for you. I just want to go ahead and let you know, same thing with the default hats. I have the same thing. I went to empty when I first did this template and loaded up all my favorite hats and the ones I really enjoyed and really liked, and I urge you to do that too, so you don't have to do it every time you open this project file. Default snares right here, going into channel 6, and let's see, channel 6, yep, that's snare 1. So default snares, got a bunch of snares loaded in there. They're there every single time I open the project file. So it gives you a lot of diversity, a lot of the mixing work already done. Let's see. I also have perks loaded up. Same thing, just a bunch of my favorite perks and perks that I really like, and they're there every single time I open up the project. Alright, let's see what else we need to go over here. I think that's about it, or that's most of it for sure. The last thing I guess I'll say is under our master channel too, just to help you guys out, we have our all our mute buttons. So let me explain how these are working first really quick. So if you hit mute on these are all our mix buses. So see where it says mute drums? Let me detach this first. Oh, it is detached. Whoops. Alright, so see where it says mute drums right here? When we hit this mute button, what it's muting is it's muting this drum mix right here. So if I hit mute, so if you're making a song, you want to mute the drums for a second to see what it sounds like, you can just hit that button, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Same thing with instruments right here. Hit the mute button. Anything that's being routed into this instruments channel is muted until you unclick it. Background mix, same thing. And cool thing, vocals, same thing. Sub mix, you hit the mute button. See, I'll show you. Hold on. Not there anymore until I let it go. Okay, cool. So that can help you with like mixing and just making a song in general. You can mute some of that stuff, see what you like, see what you don't like. Stereo separation, I would just leave that where it is. Unless you want to test your song by putting it in mono. And yeah, so that's pretty much it right there. I hope you guys are able to follow me through this, and I hope you guys use it, because man, I'm telling you, like, it saves me just so much time, so much valuable production time. It's so nice having my drums already laid out, already ready to go, already thrown into mixer channels, side chains already done. An okay amount of the processing's already done. I mean, man, this thing saves me probably every time I make a song. It probably saves me 30 minutes to an hour. I would say. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you guys liked it. Let me know if it helped you out. Like I said earlier, subscribe. That would be awesome. Let me know what tutorials or videos I can do in the future. I hope you guys are staying safe out there. Remember, man, it's all about having fun, experimenting. And if you guys need any help figuring out anything in this tutorial, just drop a comment and I'll definitely reply and help you out, man. So I hope you guys stay beautiful, stay sexy, and have a great day out there. Peace.